Could a move for Anthony Gordon still be on the cards for Liverpool? Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. Yes, today's video is going to center around a big story that's been buzzing around the world of football today in regards to Anthony Gordon of Newcastle. Now, allegedly, the story goes is that Liverpool have walked away from the opportunity to sign the 23-year-old winger after it was reported that Newcastle wanted money and also Jarell Quansah as a part exchange deal for the former Everton player as well. Liverpool didn't see that as a viable option. They wanted to keep Quansah, and that's why they've seemingly walked away from the deal. However, there have been reports that the interest is still there from the Reds. There is reports suggesting that their interest could reignite and that they could go back to the negotiation table should they want to. We're going to be talking about a potential move here. We're going to be talking about everything from the Liverpool side of things to the Newcastle side of things to right bang in the middle to Anthony Gordon himself. But before we go any further and talking about this, I want to also remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things always and very greatly appreciated. And also get involved in that comment section, people. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it in regards to this potential transfer story. I'm sure you have a lot to say on this, so use and abuse that comment section at your will. I would love to hear from you all about what you make about this potential transfer story. But without further ado, let's get on with talking about the video. Anthony Gordon, Liverpool, Newcastle, everything else in between. The story goes like this, is that Liverpool and Newcastle have allegedly been in negotiations over Anthony Gordon. And Newcastle want obviously a lot of money for a very prized asset. And obviously with Newcastle trying to stay within the guidelines of this whole stupid PSR ridiculousness, Anthony Gordon could be a top asset for Newcastle to sell in order for them to obviously stay within those guidelines. As dumb as they are. And again, we will get more onto that a little bit later. However, Newcastle threw a bit of a spanner in the works when they said that they allegedly wanted Jarell Quansah as part exchange for the Anthony Gordon deal. Quansah, of course, had an incredible breakthrough season with Liverpool. Highly rated, of course, done extremely well for the Reds across the whole of last season in breaking into the senior squad. And he looks very composed figure at the back. And there is obviously a high ceiling for this guy. Liverpool have turned around and said no. They don't want to get rid of Quansah. They want to keep him. They have walked away from the deal because of those kinds of negotiations that Newcastle have proposed. The report goes is that at the moment the deal is dead but could be resurrected over the weekend or over the course of the next week or so. Liverpool's interest is still there, and even Fabrizio Romano has commented on this, saying that Liverpool's interest is still there. They are the only club that are seemingly interested in signing Anthony Gordon. Now, of course, at this current moment in time, Gordon is with the England squad. He is preparing for England's round of 16 game against Slovakia tomorrow, and he's hoping that obviously he will get more than just the 5-minute cameo that he received against Slovenia, in which he actually looked decent in those 5 minutes. I will say first and foremost on this, giving my opinion on the current situation and obviously Anthony Gordon himself. I have been wrong about Anthony Gordon in the past, and I have not shied away from saying that over the course of the past year, or maybe even more than a year. When he moved from Everton to Newcastle, I said that he's made of paper. He goes down so easy. He's just got pace. I don't see what he brings to the table. I found him to be overhyped. I found him to be overrated. And I thought it was a combination of him being English, homegrown, and also him being linked with a move to the new kids on the block, so to speak, of lottery winners in Newcastle. I thought with him obviously jumping to Newcastle, I thought it was just Newcastle splashing their money around. I didn't understand the hype at first about Anthony Gordon. Like I say, over the past year or so, my mind has started to change because I've seen him a lot more. I've seen him develop, and I'm seeing a very good winger, a better winger than I imagined, a better winger than I thought of. I'm seeing a player who is developing very, very well for a 23-year-old. I've been proven wrong, and I have no problem with that whatsoever. I have no problem in holding my hands up and saying I was wrong about Anthony Gordon. And I'm not just saying that because, he's being linked with Liverpool and so on and so forth. I'm saying that, and I have said it. So if you ever see any of my stories where I talk about Newcastle or Anthony Gordon, or I think you can maybe see it more clearer in when I've done teams of the season. I think I did a couple of team of the season videos this year. And I put Gordon in that, and I just basically said, look, I may be wrong about Anthony Gordon. I think he's done extremely well for Newcastle, and I think he's actually done better than what I think a lot of us, and myself definitely included, would have imagined. He's brilliant. He really is, and I've been calling for his name to be in this England squad for a long, long time. He is quick. He's pacey. He is creative. He's very direct. He drops deep. He's tenacious. He's aggressive. He's physical. He's a lot better than a lot more well-rounded than I originally gave him credit for. I see that now. I see his work rate that he does. I see that he's got an end product, and I'm seeing a player that I can get on board with, regardless of whether he's ex-Evertonian or not. I am seeing a player that I can get on board with. If Liverpool were to get this deal done, and I'm not necessarily going to throw Kwanzaa in the mix of going the other way, because I really rate Kwanzaa as well. If we can get this deal done, give them Kostas Tsimikas for all I care. That could be an option. I rate this deal to go through. I really, really would. If we were to go back to the negotiation table and say, look, we don't want to give you Kwanzaa, but I still think there's a deal that we can strike here, I would fully be on board with this. And especially because I see Gordon as a big upgrade to Luis Diaz, who I would strongly consider selling this summer. I really, really would. When I see his numbers in comparison to Diaz's, Gordon is superior. Gordon is an upgrade. Gordon, even his age, obviously states that. He is 5 years younger, 4 or 5 years younger than Luis Diaz, and Diaz is meant to be in the prime of his career right now. Gordon is better. Gordon had a better season. Now, it could just be a one-off season, and obviously that has to be taken into consideration, but if you consider the fact that, with all due respect to Newcastle, he's going to be, if he does move to Liverpool, he'll be around better players. He'll obviously be at a more balanced club. Arguably, I mean, it's obviously yet to be proven, but it could be a better coach, better management system, better coaches. Those numbers are going to improve. He got double figures in terms of both goals and in goals and assists this season. I think he got like 21 goal contributions overall. I could be wrong on that. It's somewhere in that ballpark figure. He did very well for Newcastle. He was a shining light for Newcastle last season. He was brilliant for the Magpies. And if I was to compare him next to Luis Diaz, I think he only got like half the goals and assists that he did last season. His chances created is much superior to Diaz's. Even his dribbles and things of that nature, and his attacking intent and his threats and his passes forward, everything is superior than Luis Diaz's. And I'm not just trying to slate Diaz. There are certain elements of Diaz's game that I like, and I've rated him highly since he came to Liverpool, but I think through a combination of injuries and confidence levels and things of that nature, Diaz has been very much on the decline these past year, definitely. To the point where I don't think Diaz is going to get much better. He's great until he can get to the final third. And then when he gets to the final third, his end product is very inconsistent. He's either going to hit the post or he's going to do something completely wrong. He's going to try and make a pass when he should have shot. He's going to try and shoot when he should have passed. One of them two things. It's just, it's not the kind of trajectory we predicted of Luis Diaz when he first came to Liverpool, his end product is just way off the mark. And I look at Anthony Gordon as a 23-year-old who, yes, he's still a little rough around the edges. Yes, he's got a bit of an edge to his game, I would say. It's still not perfectly well-rounded. It's still not like to the gold standard that we would expect from a winger. But at the same time, this guy has got end product. This guy's got end product, and he will terrorize defenses. And I look at him in comparison to Diaz, and I'm just thinking, this is an upgrade. This is an upgrade on a position in which I'm not necessarily saying we desperately need, but it's something where if the right player is available and and an upgrade is available, we have to take the opportunity. We have to take the opportunity. And for me, Gordon is an upgrade, and if he is available, that is an opportunity worth taking. I've said for a long time that Cody Gakpo is a left winger and not a striker, and again, it's being proven on an international level. Now, I know you can't completely judge on international football in comparison to club football, but I have said for a long time that I think Cody Gakpo is going to cook under Arne Slot. I still stand by that. And I think that if he is moved to the left wing position, I think he could really cook even more. But at the same time, he will still need competition. And that's where Anthony Gordon comes in. And that's where now you can sell Luis Diaz. You can maybe tempt Barcelona, who his dad and himself have been talking about a lot these past few months, about his dream move going to the Camp Nou. There are just a few things here that obviously could fall down due to the domino effect. There's obviously Newcastle's PSR stuff. There's Liverpool needing to upgrade in certain areas. And don't get me wrong as well. People laugh at the money situation. We've got the money. We have the money. We just don't act on it quickly enough. And people go, well, the Euros are on, the Copa America's on, and things of that nature. Just get it done. Just go out and get it done. You can do the medical over in Germany where they're currently situated, England. If you go and get it done, you can just do it there and then, you know? Like, it just seems a convenient excuse for all of that. So, look, if we go back in for him, I think it could be a move that I can get on board with, and I think it could be a very, very interesting move for Liverpool, a very interesting upgrade, and it'll be interesting to see what does happen going forward to the likes of Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo going forward. On Newcastle's part, I understand the frustration that's been buzzing around since this news broke. I 100% understand where the frustration comes from. You've got a bunch of lottery winners who are in no kind of financial hole at all. There is no need to panic when it comes to finances. You are set for this life and the next life and the next life. But at the same time, to comply with the PSR rulings that are so outdated and so in need of fine-tuning, you need to allegedly sell some of your prized assets. It is ridiculous to me, and I feel sorry for you. I genuinely do. Of course, for the big clubs, it is full of protection to them, and as a fan of one of those alleged big clubs, you know, it is a good opportunity for us. We can't deny that, but at the same time, I do feel sorry for you that in order for you to play catch up with the big boys, you have to obviously take a lot of punches to the face, to use that kind of metaphor. So I get where Newcastle fans' fury and frustration is coming from when it comes to having to sell their key players. Alexander Isak may be another player. Bruno Guimaraes may be another player that obviously could be on the move this summer if obviously reports and rumours and things of that nature are to be believed. But yeah, like I say, that's on the Premier League. That's not on Liverpool. That's Liverpool just taking advantage of stupid Premier League rulings that are so out of touch and outdated that obviously they need some fine tuning on that. But like I say, the bottom line here is that Liverpool are interested in Anthony Gordon. The negotiations are currently off the table, but could reignite over the next week or so. Definitely keep your eyes on this one. This one could potentially move. And like I say, from a Liverpool fan's point of view, with what Anthony Gordon shows us week in, week out, and how much he's grown from, obviously, so far, a short stay at Newcastle from where he was at Everton, I like the trajectory that this guy's going on. I like his evolution. I like his growth that he has shown over the past year or two. And I, again, will say I've been proven wrong on Anthony Gordon. So, fair play to him. Fingers crossed that Liverpool start making moves soon, as obviously the transfer window continues. We need some players in. We are linked with a few decent players, and I will go into more detail on that later on down the line. But yeah, I just thought I would throw my 2 cents into this Anthony Gordon situation. It was buzzing around a lot today. It was talked about a lot today. And I am very interested in this one. So we shall see what happens with Anthony Gordon. But these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of this Anthony Gordon situation? Should Liverpool go back in for the 23-year-old winger, or should we leave him well and truly alone at Newcastle? And what do you make about Newcastle's situation as well? Let me know what you guys think and feel on this. I would love to know your thoughts, your comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, down below in the comment section. Use and abuse that comment section, people. Would love to hear from you all on that. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new. Want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. Thank you everyone for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll see you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Speak to you all again very, very soon.